Welcome to Toffee TV. Today we are giving you a video that so many have been asking for, like comments. This is if like we could edit.
English comments?
No.
Oh, comments.
No. If we were like any good, they're like really like editing. We show you all the comments now.
Comments,
no, like, so just pretend we're showing you all the comments, like in like proper YouTube videos and stuff.
We'll do that in the future.
Yeah, that'll be there in the future when yeah.
Future proof. Well, future proof the show.
Yeah. A lot of people have been asking, what would the team look like first game of the season against Stoke if you know with what we've got now.
Yeah.
Even maybe not even Stoke, that first European game, whatever. So this is it, essentially, isn't it? This is it, essentially. Yeah. So obviously we've gone for Pickford in goal because why wouldn't you? Because he's just paid 30 million quid for a goalie, and obviously he's going to be the first choice goalkeeper once the season starts. Obviously, he's with the England under-21s this week, and probably be away, probably have his little break and stuff, and won't come back for a little bit. But certainly, first game of the season in Stoke, we will fully expect Jordan Pickford to be Everton's #1, and
hopefully Everton's #1
on the back as well. Ever do it now, you know? Yeah, do it now. Makes sense. Kids go in the shops, they want kits. Right.
I'll be soon. The away kit's out in about 3 weeks or 3 weeks.
I have no idea when the away kit's out. So,
do you like?
Okay, but I haven't even seen. It's not even been revealed yet. So maybe they could do that. Yes, maybe. It's great. Silver. Right back, interesting choice. John Joe Kenny obviously starred last season in the under-23s. Starred for the England under-20s. We've seen him get. Well, I didn't see him. I was in America. I lived it up. Getting up and down the wing and providing crosses and assists and all the rest of it. I mean, this one's a bit more, I suppose, not controversial. Don't think anything controversial, but this is a little bit more up in the air because Mason Holgate played last season. There's talk of Cuco Martina coming in. But you've gone for personally John Joe Kenny. Yeah,
I mean, obviously Holgate, you'd just think, oh, Mason Holgate done it last year, put him in, but we want to get off on the right foot, I think, and I think John Joe Kenny offers us that ability to get up. He's the closest thing to Seamus Coleman, who's obviously a very, very important part of our team. There is talk of Cuco Martina will come in. You know, Mason Holgate, I'd like to see him move into the middle now.
Yeah,
he's a fantastic defender. I just think we lacked, not defensively, I think defensively we were fine with Holgate when Coleman went out, but we lacked that bombing on what Seamus was giving us before he got injured, and I think John Joe Kenny gives us that. And Koeman said, didn't he, at Swansea, you know, we took Holgate on, but Kenny on him was like, John Joe's balls into the box are much better, you know, the delivery, the end product. So I think he's just had a fantastic season for the 23s. He's got Player of the Year for the 23s. Won the World Cup with England, the under-20 World Cup.
A decent year.
Not bad. And obviously come on at Swansea. So I think he's ready. And I think he's a Scouse lad. He knows what it's all about. And like I said, for the fact that he's like for Seamus Coleman, that's why it started. And
that's what I like about him, that he is like for like. And I've watched a bit of Mason Holgate playing for the England under-21s as well. He's not a right back. He's not a right back.
He's a centre back.
Yeah, he's a centre back, and I'm not having a go at the lad. He's a good defender, but a majority of being a right back these days is being able to get forward and put in crosses.
And particularly with the start we've got at home, that first day is massive for us to get off to a good start.
And you find, I think what you find with Seamus as well is, what Seamus is great is bombing up the pitch with the ball, and then he'll put it into the centre, and then he keeps his runs going, and it's that third man running, and he'll get on the end of things, and he'll find himself in the box. I don't think that's natural to Mason Holgate, but I do think it's natural to John Joe Kenny, and I think you've got to go like for like. And also I think Mason Holgate's had a year of being in the Premier League under his belt now, and I think for his development and the stages that the other two centre backs that we're going to talk about in a minute we should start putting him in the framework for being a centre back, whether it be in a 3 or being in a 2. I think you've got to start asking that question and say, you know, if you're a centre back, let's start seeing it. Because yeah, I mean, he had a decent season at right back, but I just don't think his delivery is anywhere near good enough to be. But again, that's not his fault. He's a
ball playing centre.
He's always been seen as a centre back, even though so far in his career he's been a right back. But that's the trajectory of a lot of people who end up playing centre back.
It's John Stones, didn't we? When Stones got in, he come in at right. You know, he played games at right back, didn't he? When we needed someone to go out there, and you know, Holgate again from Barnsley, ball playing, ends up going out on the right. So that's why I've gone there. The 2 centre backs at the moment, because I wouldn't have Funes Mori, and they're the 2 we've got at the minute. And obviously Baines, there's no question for me with Baines, he's still better than anyone. The only shout with Baines is obviously Brendan Galloway's back at the club now, and he's got a big pre-season ahead. Obviously we're doing this video before pre-season's kicked in and games and stuff. He's got a really, he's another one who you think will end up being a centre back, Brendan Galloway, but there's no one challenging Baines at the moment. Oviedo's out the door, Garbutt is wherever he is.
I'd be for
I actually don't know where he is yet.
Glastonbury maybe, I don't know.
So
Robinson's the only one, isn't he?
Robinson's one, but he's down. So Galloway, who's had a couple of games for West Brom in the Premier League, played for us more than half a dozen times, I think, in the Premier League. So you would say that if you were him, you'd be looking, thinking, there's no one else here at the minute for Baines, and that's why you'd look at him. So that's why I've gone for that back 5.
I mean, just sticking on for it. I mean, you've gone for the shape. The shape's interesting that you've gone for, because it is the traditional shape that.
It's not really. I mean, I'd move it differently, but we just gone for a shape that Koeman's used. Really, it wouldn't necessarily be how I would line up every week. But
I think what a big part of that defence shows, though, is that we are desperate for some incomings, aren't we, at centre back, and
which we will address in a bit.
Yeah, and I think, you know, left back as well. We could do with, well, the successor to Leighton Baines, I should say, the successor. Moving into midfield, it's very much as you were.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I don't think, you know, obviously you could swap these 2 around for now, but I think them 3. Obviously, I've not put Ross Barkley into that at the minute because it's up and down. But I don't think we're going to get a better 3 at the minute. Now, obviously, there's still 8 weeks left at the transfer window, and we're constantly linked with midfield players. You know, we were linked heavily with Brozovic, and while there is an interest there, nothing's developed. Everton haven't made a bid for him and stuff like that. So when you're looking around at other midfield players, are they going to affect that? He's fantastic, Schneiderlin. I think Garner will be better this season, especially having him, and Tom Davis was fantastic, but Klassen can drop in there. So I've just gone for the 3, which I think are the best. You've also got Mo Bezic coming back. Gareth Barry's still there at the minute. So there's that sense of midfield. It's quite congested. Ross Barkley can play there. It is heavily congested. James McCarthy. But there, to me, at this moment in time, they are the best 3, I think, for that role.
I think that's interesting what you've gone for, because obviously you've gone for Klassen, Lukaku and Morales, and there's no Ross Barkley, and that's really interesting because of the 6 front positions there. You know, forget about anything else. We're talking about what we're talking about right now, right here, and it's interesting because I can imagine people will be saying, well, Ross could come in for Morales, let's just say, but then I think if see, I look at those 4 there, and I think, well, Morales is the only natural width for a start, and he's also maybe the only one that really joins up with Lukaku. So I suppose he's that sort of, you know, whether you like him or not, he's that little sort of X factor kind of player who'll give you, you know, you don't always know what you're going to get from him, but Klassen, as you said, it's hard to know at this stage how he will develop as a Premier League player. But I don't know, it's weird, because I sort of see more of where Tom Davis is in the team, rather than where he is there in the team. And I know you're just trying to put players in, but because I think people might be getting, I don't know, maybe the wrong idea of what kind of player he is, and I think he might just suit saying that though, eventually he might suit playing there, but he might actually start his Everton career there just to give him a little bit of time to get into the role.
I think he's played a 10 and he's played as an out and out midfield player for Ajax. He's been a bit deeper this season, and ironically scored a lot more goals for them coming from deep. And you're right, he can play where Tom Davies is there, and as Davies can play further forward as well. But I just think, just for now, given what Ross Barkley's the big one, obviously, because everyone knows how I feel about Barkley and how good he is. But I think for the reasons you've just said there, Morales is probably our only, you know, these two are our only attackers. Now, when you're looking at it there, with what we've got today, have we moved on in an area that we are desperate to move on in?
An argument, I suppose, could be made that if Barkley was playing maybe instead of Morales and Klassen was playing, that would allow Barkley to become a lot freer, a hell of a lot freer in the side, knowing that there was someone like a Klassen in there who could do both jobs, who could be a runner in midfield. I know, because what Klassen's not, he's not a typical box to box midfielder. He's more of a, I think someone like Kale comes. I think we've said it before. Someone like Kale comes more to mind when we talk about Klassen. But if Ross did play in this team, let's just say, I think he would be freer to just do what he wanted, in effect, in a role or whatever. But just that Klassen would give him a little bit more insurance. Whereas where he's played in the past, he's played as the Klassen there. Do you know what I mean? So he's the one who has to drop in. But with someone like Klassen, that would allow, I think, Ross Barkley to become the number 10. Yeah. To become the number 10, and then it still means we'll be very narrow, and we would be relying on Kenny. And we will be relying on Baines. So in that way, I think that could work as well. And that could see Morales going out the side. Because sometimes Morales, there's a bit of confusion over Morales' position. And I know Balassi said the same thing. He said it took him a while to get used to being not a winger in this Everton team, because Everton team essentially don't play with wingers because the fullbacks get so high. And that's been was a bit of a complication. So I think there is loads of room. There is loads of room to play about there. And then again, when we've been talking, you know, if we look a little bit past this, and people say about Sigurdsson, you know,
we're gonna go to that.
All right. Well, I'm just throwing that in. I'm just saying.
You can throw it in a minute when we go to our second graphic.
Okay. Just, you know, just give
so today.
So just give me the heads up.
So today.
Yeah.
This would be how I would start. Yes, people will be going, well, hang on, and it is short. It's still short.
Well, it is what it is.
It's a strong side, but is it gonna go up a level? I'm not so sure. But it's a decent side, and obviously it's missing players. You can clearly see it's McCarthy. You know,
but they're not players. They're not players.
They're not going to take it up. They're just going to fit back in, aren't they? So, I would say the only real question. Well, there's two question marks. I would say when Koeman, if he was sat here with what he'd start, that would be Morales and Kenny.
And a bottle of Crook,
and a bottle, he would be two. But it'd be them two. They would be. I think they'd be the only two positions where he might go. Not sure about those two, but that's probably as it stands today. That's probably my best 11. I think that's what he would say there. So we'll go on to graphic 2.
What are we looking at?
So we're looking at half a team. Now we're looking at positions that I think we still need to buy in, because obviously at this moment in time, the squad, we've just done the graphic there with our strongest 11, you would say. And like you quite rightly said, when I named Bezic and McCarthy and Barry, none of them are going to take the club, not going to take the team forward. Yes, they can all do a job. Funes Mori can do a job, bouncing up the bench, Calvert-Lewin. It's now, these are the areas I think that we need to strengthen over the coming weeks, and sooner the better, really. Obviously, we'd still have Pickford. The right, you could argue a right back, but you know, we think Cuco Martinez coming in, and I think, you know, we've got Holgate, we've got John Joe Kenny, and then we're going to have Seamus around the turn of the year back. So right back's fine for me. We'll come over here to start with. The reason why Baines isn't in there, because I think we need another left back.
I do.
Now, whether we go and try and buy someone like Ben Chilwell at Leicester and get him out of there as a natural successor, said it before when the other graphic was on, can Brendan Galloway look at that and go, I want to do that role? Is he good enough to offer what?
But is he a natural left back?
That's what I'm saying. And is he, like you rightly said on the previous graphic, your fullbacks nowadays, it's about the wingers really who can defend, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure whether Galloway is that good going forward.
No.
Defensively, yeah, tall, yeah, nice on the ball, but can he get past people the way that Baines can he put that delivery into the box that, you know, when you're looking around the league, you see, you know, we wanted Colin Schnack, I think you say his name, who's gone to Arsenal, very good on that, you know, Aaron Cresswell at left foot, who's at West Ham, that kind of player who can put balls in. So I think this is an area we need to try and strengthen in. Like you say, I don't know whether it's a... I mean, is there any left backs you can think of?
Oh, I like Silver. I like the kid from Hull.
Robertson.
Robertson, who could be going to Liverpool. I liked him. I've liked him every time I've seen him, and I think he's got that little bit about him. Chilwell, funny enough, almost looks like Baines when he runs. He's got that same kind of style.
Nice. And Pickford picked them out with a gorgeous pass.
Yeah, he did. I think it's a key position, because I think it would be. I wouldn't want that to be a position where you're looking to replace Baines when Baines is getting to the point where, you know, we can't do it. That's like that to me is a nightmare situation. What we need to pick up a young one now and bed him in over the course of a season, with Premier League games, with Europa League games. Give Baines time, you know, to recuperate, because he's not, you know, he's not getting any younger, but he's still a good player. But you've seen him at times look very leggy, picking up little injuries now and again. And it'd be good to have a player who could just cross over this season, and then Baines could start to sort of, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, I love Baines, but you always have that moment, and it can come at any point, you know. And I think it'd be right to get someone in, and by going after the lad who's gone to Arsenal, I don't know whether that was because he was like a hot property. They thought, we've got to get him, and also if he felt he was better than Baines, then that's great. That's what you want. You want him. That's what you want. You
levels up.
You want your manager to say, well, he's better. I'm going for him. Yeah. But I do think that does need to be. I think this is the summer to address it. You know,
because even if it takes the lad, whoever's coming in, 18 months to get in, then so be it. With games, I mean, 18 months till he's got the shit.
Even though,
but you don't,
you know, you're going to get plenty of games this season, hopefully. You know,
and it might be different games. It might be where we don't need the left back to bomb right on because of whoever we get ahead of him. So it might be that we just need someone to come in.
And also as well, if you get one with real legs, then that allows us to play three at the back at times.
Again,
where maybe that's where the managers looked at it at times and gone, well, I'd like to play three at the back, but has Leighton Baines got the genuine legs now to be playing that position? So definitely, I think that's one to be addressed. The centre backs. I mean, you've pulled both of them out there because it'd be hard to pull one or the other. I think. I mean, Jagielka maybe just by the virtue that Ashley Williams only come last season for 10 million, and Jag's finished the season
35, finished the season very strong. They just been taken out because I think we need two centre backs.
Yeah, I do.
I think I would. Some people disagree with it, fine, but I would get rid of Funes Mori tomorrow. I really would. Any money we can get, he would be out the door.
But he's not been linked with anyone.
And because he's been in, he will be. But yeah, I think we need to. It looks like Michael Keane.
It looks like he wants him.
He wants him. And according to all the reports and other things with there, and Michael Keane wants us. So you would expect that to I think he's on holiday still at the moment, Keane. So you would expect that coming towards the end of this week to try and start to kick forward. So he would be one, and I think he's at a great age, 24. Yeah. He's a tall, physical defender. He's got decent turn of pace. I was impressed with him at Goodison. I thought he'd done quite well.
Yeah.
Just the one mistake, and obviously it ended up in a goal. Lukaku spun him brilliantly. Other than that, I thought he defended really well that day. So he would be one of mine. And I think we need another one.
Yeah.
I really do. I think we need another one now. The dream would be someone like Virgil van Dijk or Koulibaly. You know, one of those established defenders. They're going to cost a lot of money, but that's fine. But we definitely need to. And I would then, you're looking and going, right, okay, we've got Williams, Jagielka and two young ones. Maybe Jags then may move on. You know, Sheffield United are sniffing.
I tell you who I like. I mean, it'd be very hard to get him. I like the kid at Swansea. Alfie, what's his name? Alfie Tingio, yeah.
The young lad?
Yeah.
At Morse,
Alfie
Mawson.
Yeah, been playing in the 21.
Yeah, the young lad.
I mean, Swansea would. They would ask, and they could ask, and fair play, they could ask for what they wanted for him. Very young lads.
Could ask for Ashley Williams.
But they could. But I think they'd be asking for more than that.
Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, I'm money.
No. But I think Keane's at a great age. Absolutely perfect age with the way the rest of the squad looking to shape up and what the manager wants. You do look around and start scratching. Ben Gibson, there's talk of him possibly going to Leicester, or who else did he seem linked with? He was linked with someone. You'd
have got Maguire, wouldn't you, for 17 million?
I probably would have, yeah, for that kind of money. I probably would have, because I do look around and I just go, and I'm sure there's names that people throw at me from Europe, and I know, fair enough.
Lemos,
I just look around and I go, what is there knocking about? It's a really tough market. It might be a case of going to get someone like Keane, who's right in the middle, and it might be a case of taking a chance on somebody else.
But what about, alright, well, like we said before, what about Mason Holgate?
Well, yeah, I mean, Holgate or Galloway, possibly.
You could, I suppose there's a case for saying we'd get Keane, and we've got Williams, and we've got Jagielka, and we've got Holgate, and we've got Galloway. So we've got someone who can play with Keane, you've got the experience of Williams.
Pennington?
No, not for me personally. No, I've not seen enough at the minute of him to make me think he could be he could come through and play that. I don't believe. I think Holgate's ahead of him, and I'd say Galloway's ahead of him personally. But I would definitely, leave it there. I would, if I was Koeman, I would certainly be looking to pick 2 centre backs up.
But as I say, I can imagine them going, Keane's the first target, and then I can see them almost looking for someone
younger
out of left field.
Well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just someone.
Well, Bonucci's there for anyone who pays more than 40 million.
I'd pay 40 million.
I'd pay 70 million. If I was Liverpool, I would swerve Van Dijk and go and get him at 40, 50 million.
If I was City, I'd go and get him.
Yeah.
If I was City, I'd just go, I want Bonucci, because he would just make my whole defence sorted.
Yeah.
Definitely. I would, and they wanted him last year. I don't understand why they haven't gone back for him. It's weird.
And he'd probably go there with Conte, then Champions League, and not City, Chelsea, because he'd link with Chelsea as well the other day.
Go to both.
Yeah. So I would be looking for 2. Would you be looking for 2?
Yeah, got to, because
games as well.
Food's not good enough. I don't care what anyone says. He's not good enough. He just isn't good enough.
Okay, let's leave it there then. Okay. So we move forward. So we're in midfield. I think midfield's our strongest position. We've got these 3. We've got Klassen, who can, like you said before, quite rightly can go and play in midfield. We've still got McCarthy, Bezic, Gareth Barry. You've got players like people like Liam Walsh and Benny banging in who might want to be knocking on that door this year. So midfield, I'm quite happy. I think we're quite strong. We're still getting linked with Storari at Juventus or whatever, but linked with Brozovic, like I said before. Gylfi Sigurdsson.
They're just all names, aren't they?
Now Sigurdsson's another one who can play in this area, or he can play here off the left.
Going back to what I was saying before, was if you put Sigurdsson in this team, you could still have a Ross Barkley if you had a Ross Barkley.
Yeah.
You've got Klassen, because people are like, well, we've got Klassen, so we don't need Sigurdsson. That's not how it would line up, because the width is coming from the fullbacks, like it has done for Everton for the last 10 years, and it will remain. And most big clubs, it comes from. It actually does. Well, a lot of the clubs it comes from fullback. It just depends. Some have changed it up. You look at Liverpool, it comes from the wider areas now rather than the fullbacks, because they don't even play with fullbacks. They play with James Milner, and but Sigurdsson could play in this position here. And if you
really like him, don't you?
I'm not over the top about him.
Okay.
I just think he's a good player. I'm just saying that. I'm only saying that name because that's who is. We're getting linked.
No, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying you like him.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying if we're talking about names that people are linking us with, I'm just saying he's the fit.
He's good,
And what I'm saying is though, if Klassen's in this and he's playing almost as one of the 3, Klassen can drop into midfield and become almost like the tip of a diamond if he wants to, and that would still allow someone like Sigurdsson, I think, to play in this side, or a Sigurdsson type. I'm sure there's other names out there. I'm just saying that I just think he can still play in there and link up nicely and be almost like a free player. That could be Ross Barkley if you're a Ross Barkley fan. I'm just saying that if you're gonna have proper width from the fullbacks, we're gonna become a bit narrower. But I think that is almost what Koeman wants, because it's not the way he plays. You know, you looked at the way he played at Southampton and the full backs he had, and yes, he did have people like Mane, but he wants it all. He wants it all going in that direction, doesn't he? He doesn't want it going in the other direction, and that's where I think someone like Klassen's going to be always getting his head up and looking to see what's going forward. He's not going to be. I don't think he's going to be like, you know, going 10 yards back with the ball, and that's where I think a Sigurdsson or Barkley could fit in much better this season than they did last season. And I think Klassen's actually a big part of that, because Klaassen, as someone told me, Klaassen. That's where he could be a big part of it, because I think we finally got a player in name and reputation. Okay, he hasn't kicked the ball in the Premier League yet, who can link the midfield with the forwards by his running. Yeah. I think he's a genuine, I'm going to run past the centre forward. He's a genuine Tim Cahill. He's what we were moaning about last season that we did not have. A player that is prepared to get in the box, past the centre forward, and get on the end of headers. He's a Cahill kind of player.
Player as well.
And that allows whoever this player is here to not to have to worry, but can do a little bit more creativity.
Yeah. The reason why I haven't put Barkley here in this one as well is because I'm looking how we change. Last season we were obviously very good up to a point where we were great at home. Away from home we were shocking. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this final three, this front three, to be changed. I don't want it to be the same as what it was last season, because nothing will change. We might have nice players everywhere else, but if you haven't mixed it up in that final third, so that's why I think he will be very important wherever he's playing, for all the reasons you've just said. Gylfi Sigurdsson, if he's one of them, yes, he can play here. Yeah, he can play here. He can even be a false nine if you want. Is he going to add us any pace going forward? Not really. You know, he's dead balls, fantastic. Gets a goal, assist, great. But I'm looking for these two, and I've took Lukaku out, not because he's gone, and he may well go. I've left two blanks because I believe we need two blanks. Now, one of these might be Sandro Ramirez, who can play either of these, but we still need another one. Even if Rom stays, we need another out-and-out centre forward.
Well, at the club at the moment, we only have one centre forward,
and Calvert-Lewin, who's well inexperienced. But we've got one centre forward now. Two have gone out the door, if you want to call him, Aruna Kone, whatever he wants to call him. And obviously Enna Valencia was done a decent-ish job for us, but we need two. We need good ones now. Andre Gray's been mentioned at Burnley, going into the final year of his contract. Yeah, he may be decent for running down channels like Shane Long is one. You know, that kind of player, because I think he got 9 in 20. I think
every squad needs one of them.
You do, but you need someone who's going to work hard, and he's got a bit of strength and pace about him, and he scored past Liverpool, so that's alright. But even with him, we still need another one. We need, even if Rom stays, we need someone, even if he's not in the team, who you look on the bench and go, he could be playing instead of Lukaku, because he's good enough to be playing. And if we do that, that's when I think, well, now that might be Olivier Giroud, who's another name that's being mentioned. With Olivier Giroud, we'd need this to be Sandro Ramirez, and I think we need Klaassen to potentially be someone like Theo Walcott.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That is Dele Alli, right?
Well, yeah. Okay.
That is Dele Alli, right? That is Eriksen, and that is Harry, and that is Kane.
So no, I'm Kane.
This is what I'm telling you. No, but this is what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Right. That's who they are.
Yeah.
If you want to.
We've got to mix it up.
But what I'm saying is, if you want a front three, if you look, that's what I'm saying. Look at Tottenham's model, right? They have a centre forward. They have a one-off. That could be him, and then you have someone who pulls all the strings. Yeah. That's Eriksen, right? For us, that might. Well, it should either be Ross or Gylfi Sigurdsson, right?
What about where does Sandro Ramirez play then?
Well, Sandro Ramirez doesn't play for them.
No, if
but then that might be Sandro Ramirez, mate. Let's be honest.
That's not what I want.
But that might be. Let's be honest. Let's put all that. If I had cards, I've got a table. I just haven't got any cards, right? But I would put them on the table. I've got Jaffa cakes, right? And I'm putting them on the table. Let's be honest. That could be Sandro. That could be Ron gone, playing 5-a-side. He's playing 5-side this week. He's already booked. He's on the pitch.
Well,
he can't play.
Goals.
He's on the goals. So Sandro's playing, and I'm just saying, if you want to wait to think about it, that's how you think about it. This is Dele Alli. That's Ericsson, and that's how.
But I think looking at Sandro Romero, and it's great to see an Everton centre. Well, a potential.
Don't do it.
No, a potential Everton centre forward with the first touch. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen.
No hairline, but a first touch.
No, right. But I feel as though when you watch him play, don't forget he's only playing at the 21 level.
Yeah.
He still drops into these pockets.
He does,
and we need something that's sensible, and that's where. Yeah, but
isn't that what Harry Kane does?
I'm not asked about Harry Kane.
I know, but
Tottenham didn't win the league.
But he's still
Chelsea.
The best striker in the league.
He is the best striker in the Premier League. But I'm saying to you, and that's great. But what he does, what I'm saying, for me, right? If we had, say this was Giroud, right? Okay. Because I'm just thinking, say Rom's gone. Right, Giroud's great.
Beautiful man.
He's great. Giroud there, and then you've got a Sandro Ramirez there, say, right?
Yeah.
Then you would have.
It's gone full Andy Gray, this hasn't it?
Klassen.
The boot room.
Klassen could be here, or he could be here, like you're saying there. But I still want someone here going, I can play as well. I don't want that.
I know. I know what you're saying, but the way I'm looking at it is that you look at the Spurs model, and I do think the manager looks very much at the Spurs model. The full-backs are the width, aren't they?
Yeah.
That allows these to come inside. And what I'm saying about Harry Kane is, I think that this is where and this is why people like Harry Kane and they don't like Romelu Lukaku, the pundits.
Yeah.
It's because Harry Kane is prepared to go there, right? Lukaku's not prepared to go there. But when he goes there, Dele Alli comes here, right? I know. Dele Alli goes there, and that's why Dele Alli gets so many goals, because he is prepared to go there. Well, and I think Klassen would do the same thing, and that's what Sandro would do. Sandro, if he ever signed for Everton, let's just say, he would be prepared to drop in there, and that would allow Klassen to come in here. And that's what I'm saying. I think it's the case of people crossing, but at the moment,
people going. The Everton's biggest issue is you want people. If this is your man, if this is your target man, you want people running past him. He doesn't have to drop. You want people, so it comes in. And this is where this is where it hasn't quite worked with Lukaku, is that what Kane does really well, and Diego Costa does it better than anybody, is as it's fired into him and it's controlled, they make the run and he releases the ball. But Lukaku won't sit on the turn.
Chicken and egg here, right? Yeah. This might be the chicken and the egg, right? Who runs past Rom? Nobody's the answer. There's a definite quiet.
Because
that's the chicken and the egg, isn't it?
No, because if I knock a ball into you and I know you're not going to control it, I'm not going to carry on me run.
But that's the chicken and the egg.
No, but I'm just saying to you.
But maybe he doesn't knock it because no one ever runs past him.
He doesn't knock it because he doesn't control it.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Well, if you think,
and you're right.
When you play football, you've got a lad who will get you loads of goals, but you know if you knock it in, he ain't giving you it back. You stop making that run.
But that's what I'm saying.
Whereas Harry Kane, first touch, fantastic.
Well, that's from the amazing amount of scouting I've done on Sandro.
Yeah,
under 21 game.
Yeah,
under 21 game. He does seem like a player if he does sign who will go everywhere and allow someone like Klassen, and Davies, and
Gylfi,
even Morales or even Ross to run past them.
Yeah,
and that's where I think.
So
that's where I think there could be an evolution. Right. That's where there could be an evolution in this team.
Okay, so answer me this then very quickly then. Rom's gone. Yeah, he hasn't gone. If Rom's gone, of the team, 20. No, he's gone. He's not here today, is he?
Surfing. On Chelsea surfboard.
On the Chelsea surfboard, posting pics. He goes, so that's 25 goals gone, right? And this is still Ross Barkley. Yeah. And this is Sandro. Yeah. Where, just looking at that, where are we replacing the 25 goals? Because I think we need another. And we need this. This is my thing with Lukaku, is that if we're gonna sell him, right? And let's remember, Chelsea are gonna have to stump up a hell of a lot of money. That it doesn't look like at this moment in time they're too keen on doing. But if he's to go, we got to try and find his goals and more, because we weren't clinical enough away from home. And well, so we need, to me, we need to bring it. Okay, Sandro got 16. That's fantastic. Great, 16 goals.
Okay. Right, number one.
Yeah.
We concede less.
Okay.
So he doesn't have to score as many. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
That might do part of the job.
He might have 9 assists.
He might get. He might get 10, and he might get, whoever that is might get 10, and I'm
no, I mean that's the way to do it.
That's dead easy to say.
Yeah,
this person won't get 20, but who's to say that person won't get?
Giroud would get 19 for us.
I think
Get 20.
If whoever centre forward comes in and got, let's just say, 5 or 6 less goals than Rom got, and then they got 10 each.
Yeah, that's combat.
Then the job's done pretty much.
Because we're still gonna need goals.
Because the amount of goals. See what we forget. I know that's what I'm saying. If he scores 5, and he scores 5, and he scores 3, right? And then he gets 5, and he gets 5. Then suddenly we're and that's because of the mix of the team now is better.
And these fellas here.
Okay.
He was sitting on the bench.
But that's what I'm saying.
Goals off the bench.
Rom was phenomenal. We're not having a go at Rom, but the drop off between Rom and the next goal scorer,
it's 20 goals.
It's
20 goals.
Embarrassing. Now I know there's a stat going around. Yeah, but every single player in the Everton squad scored a goal. It doesn't matter. You've got to have. This is what
when we got a stat that spoke to you.
That's right. Did. What was probably so annoying about the Cahill era was that no one he was always the top goal scorer, so there was never a centre forward who got any better. And you think if you'd had a centre forward,
Lukaku,
you know, next to him, I know we had when we had Yakuba with him, it elevated, but it's annoying because if you had a centre back who scored as many goals as Lescott, or a season when Baines got chipped in with 11. We can never quite find the formula, and that's all we're looking for, isn't it?
And I suppose the other thing, just very quickly before we wrap it up, the other thing is that if Lukaku is to go, that the way we play the game will change anyway, won't it? And who's to say that, like when Kendall sold Lineker, right? And I know it's going, but we're having to go back a long time. But Gary Lineker coming at 40 goals, I was distraught when we sold him. I was like, we've just had a player that scored 40 goals and we won the league the following season. We won the league the following season like we did the year before we had Lineker, because everybody else, we changed the way we played and everyone was able to get in a position and score goals. Now, like you just rightly said, apart from one season with Yakubu, we didn't have a centre forward really under Moyes, did we? No. Not, Jelavic had a hot 3 months, that was it. We had Marcus Bent when we finished 4th, scored 5 league goals. He played every game, got 5 goals by the way. Fellaini would get 11, 10. We didn't have a centre forward, but we were always in the top. Now, yes, everything's gone on, and them top teams are better, and there's a lot of power. And this is why your bench is important as well. And this is what let us down, I feel, last season. We haven't even talked about Ademola Lookman, who could be an absolute star this season. He's had a great, look really dangerous at the 20s. He's going to come back ready for pre-season. He might chip in with 5,
he might
6.
We've done this on
and he might be the fella there,
forget about him. But he might be he might be that player who gives us that X factor width. But
and then of course we've got.
But I do think
Balassi coming back in the new year as well. So, but I do believe personally I've put these positions here because I think they're the most pressing areas that we need, and we probably need to spend.
But I think that's
100 million.
I think in a way though, I think what you have seen is why you wanted him straight away,
most definitely,
and why he wants a real number 10, because suddenly that then opens up the whole pitch.
Well, you can play like this, or you can go narrow, can't you? You can literally go 4-4-1-1.
And also what that allows you to do is suddenly you swamp the midfield. You swamped it with good, like Spurs did. You swamped it with good
technical
players who know how to keep hold of the ball. And if, it's like we talk about their middle two, Wanyama and Dembele.
Yeah.
And how no one can see, you can't get past them, but then they're good enough to move the ball on really quickly.
That's the difference.
And I think in Ghana Gay and Snyder, we've got those 2 players who can. Become mop that and give it. So,
and then you've got him. Don't forget how many times he did get past Romelu Lukaku, or he did get into the box, or he did play the killer ball at times last season. Because
Well, I think what it shows you is there's 5 positions there, straight away. So and that's with 2 filled as well, which is even madder.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's 2 positions filled. So and we were talking about that towards the end of the season, what we needed, and some people scoffed, but I think that clearly illustrates, regardless of Morales signing the contract or whatever. And also, I know that's a silhouette of Morales, but it also looks very much like Sloth on the Goonies. Just wanted to point that out. I think it does show you the amount of work that needs to go into this side.
Yeah.
Really,
I mean, listen, they're doing it, aren't they? But that we know by looking at it, the sooner these positions are filled, the better, because obviously we're back next week.
Yeah.
You know, the hard work starts next week.
Yeah.
So
let us know your thoughts on, first of all, our team to start the season against Stoke as we stand right now, and also what we need to bring in right now. Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching Toffee TV. Don't forget, and we don't do this enough, Baz, if you haven't already, if you love the content, get over to Patreon and join us on there. £3 a month it is. News dailies every weekday. Also, anyone who's been watching, we've gone through the roof this month. Everyone's loving it.
Yeah.
Loads of stuff on there. The news dailies every day.
The footy
show on there is being bossed. Been having a laugh about all kinds. Any other business where me and Baz get into the nitty gritty.
This week's gonna be amazing.
Dinosaurs, meteorites, myology. This week's the Nazis are getting involved. It's gonna be
Nazis and
go on.
Market forces driven food in the supermarket. You didn't know anything about that.
You've just literally thrown. I mean, it was a
subject bomb dropped in.
Well, it was either that or it was a meteorite shaped curveball.
Like that.
And I don't know where to run.
No.
Don't know where to run.
Because he doesn't even believe in religion. So.
But you don't believe in dinosaurs?
I do believe in dinosaurs and oil.
Can you believe in dinosaurs and religion? Are those two exclusively go together?
Yes, you can, of course.
See, these are all topics that we talk about.
And people
are switching off.
Yeah.
So get over there on the links. The links are all here. Get over there. We have, even if you just want to try it, just try it for a month. Try it for 1 month. £3. No, £3 will get you. I'll tell you what it won't get you: a grande frappuccino. That's what it won't get you. It might get you. It won't get you a venti. I know that for a fact. It won't get you a venti. It might get you a grande, but it won't get. Actually, do they do venti frappuccinos? I don't know, but it won't get you a latte.
It won't get you a pint of Chang.
It wouldn't get you a pint of Chang. I don't know where you get a pint of... Is it Spider-Man? Yeah,
Spider-Man, I get one.
Nice one for that. So there you go. Get over there, check it out, even if it's just for 1 month. Check us out for a month.
Forget the month, stay it all the time.
If you don't like it after a month, you can just cancel it. Just cancel it. £3 it's cost you.
Don't just do it.
And you'll see all the stuff we're doing over there.
We go bum bum bum. More and more this season. Do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it. It's not stopping the video till you do it.
Just it's done.
Okay,
Wait,
I am stopping.
finish it.